Hello, everyone. Welcome again to Style Access. I'm your host, Rosie Faulkner. Thank you for tuning in. The title of this episode is How to Style Your Life, a Brand Package. Some real quick housekeeping items. If you're not subscribed to this channel, we ask that you subscribe, click that thumbs up button, and turn on your notifications. We also want you to comment your biggest takeaway and why you follow this channel. And if it's one person that you know that could benefit from this episode, please feel free to share it with them. Also follow me on Facebook, Rosie Faulkner, and IG at Faulkner_Rosie. And I also want to thank the Style True team for putting this episode together. So again, the title of this episode is How to Style Your Life, a Brand Package. We are here with our featured guest, Cherise Styles. She's a lifestyle brand. And welcome, Cherise, to Style Access.
Hello, Rosie. Thank you so much for having me.
Not a problem. I gave a brief description about you. Can you tell us a little bit more about you and your background?
Absolutely. So I am a branding and business consultant for lady bosses and mompreneurs who are ready to build the brand of their dreams. And I do that through my lifestyle brand, where I help them to style their image, style their business, and style their home. So it's all about bringing style into every area of your life. I kind of got this concept because my background is in music, and I was a singer and songwriter in the music industry since I was 16 years old. And what intrigued me was that every new album that drops, it's repackaging, it's rebranding, marketing for the sound and feel and vibe of the album. So when I got out of the music industry and I started to be an entrepreneur, I just realized that there was a lot of females that didn't in business that really needed to have that help being able to pull everything together and make it cohesive and flow and be consistent and tell their brand story. So I saw a spot for me to be able to do something that I love. I got certified in image, and then I also did some color theory background, and then I decided to merge it all together into branding.
Okay. And it's just so funny because so many people think, I have a good product. I don't need the branding part, but we'll talk all about that during this episode. So we always like to start off the show with frequently asked questions that our community wants to know. So are you up for the challenge?
Sure. That'll be fun.
So the first question is, what defines a brand?
Oh, wow, that's awesome. I think what defines the brand, that the brand is the soul of the business. I think the business is the office. It's the back office. It's your paperwork. It's, doing all the logistics and all of the tech. But I think the brand is the soul of your business. And I think that a brand is really something that everyone needs, whether you are an entrepreneur who needs to build a personal brand, or even a career person who needs a personal brand that really speaks to who they are. And really, I think that visually it tells your story about who you are before you even open your mouth. So everyone needs a brand, and a brand is really a way to visually share who you are.
Okay. Now, do you have to have a specific dollar figure, budget when you first start out to incorporate and establish your brand?
I don't think so. I know there are some experts who feel like there's a certain amount, but I really think it depends on your brand. Some of us are really great budgeters. We're really great, even when we shop, we might find great sales and deals. So I think that there's always opportunity to start. The biggest piece is just get started on the budget that you do have, with making sure that you have the basics that's a full package that really tells the story of your business and your product and service.
Now, what would be that like top three things that you would need?
I think visually, you definitely need a logo. You definitely need brand colors. And you need a brand message. I would say before, getting into the nitty gritty of the brand marks and the fonts and those kinds of things, those things can kind of wave and flow a little bit. But the first thing that people are really going to see is your logo and your brand colors. And especially on social media and the way that the world is now with the social market. So if you have a beautiful presence that tells the story of the person you serve and how you serve them, if you can tell that story visually, you're good to go.
Okay. Now, in building a brand, is it a particular time frame that it takes to know that you have established your brand?
I think you're always going to be building. I think we always want to go higher and higher, make more connections, more opportunity. So I think it's a constant. We look at something like Amazon, and they are still, now they're coming out with Amazon music, Amazon movies, So I think there's no stopping you. Just continue to grow and flourish, and whatever really perks your interests, I think go after that thing and see how you can establish that into your brand story.
Now, a lot of people think that they have a customer base already. Why do they need to build a brand or, do the brand work? Can you elaborate on that?
I feel like your business needs a look. And so you may have the clientele that's attracted to the product or service that you have, but the more that you begin to create a look, you're able to market more and you're recognized. It's branding is something that helps you to be recognized. So when we see a lot of the bigger, larger brands, whether it's their logo that catches our attention instantly, or whether it's their colors and the way they use them, you're always going to need a visual to go with the success. And as you see, like a lot of companies, even as they grow, they rebrand, and they freshen it up, and give us a new logo and a new look. So branding is just an amazing way to bring, like I said, it's that soul of the business. So it's that wonderful way to give people the feels and the vibes, so everyone needs one.
Yeah. And so just to piggyback off of what you said, as far as rebranding, just a follow up to that, how do you know when you should rebrand? What are some telltale signs?
I think, sometimes it's the clientele falling off, or the dollar amount starting to fall off that shows you need a rebrand. For, a lot of my clients that I work with, it's about them wanting to do higher ticket sales and maybe trying to, launch those products or those services that are a little bit higher in price point. And so that it's time for a new look, everything. Gucci couldn't make us pay what they make us pay if their bags didn't have the quality and the look to it that says, you know what, this looks like it's worth this price tag. So it's the same with our business. As we continue to grow and we want to up level and get higher price points, it's a great time to rebrand. Or when the clientele is falling off, it's a great time to rebrand and represent yourself, put yourself out there in a new look that catches new people.
Now, speaking of a look, now for your own personal image, why is that important to have a image?
I think that, everyone has a look that aligns with their personality. And I really feel like our brands should also align with our personality. I really like to teach my clients branding from a standpoint of a theme. So if you think about, am I girly girl? Am I sporty? Am I more chic and laid back? Am I girl next door? And if we can kind of connect, who am I from a style standpoint? and then incorporate that into the brand, it will be so authentic. It'll be so real, so just ever flowing, because it's your true self. It's really what you love. It's what makes you excited. And so when we carry that personal style into our business, it's so authentic, and we just have that vibe and that energy all the time. And I like to even take it into our home. You know, if you are girly girl, then you're girly girl in your business, and how you visually show that and how you connect. So you may connect with a lot more girly girls, you know. Your home has that presence of the plush and the pink and the cutesy stuff that just feels girly girl. So I like to tell my clients to choose a theme that matches you and your spirit and who you really are, and then carry that baby all the way through, so you're styling your life.
Okay. Now, what style do you think every woman should try in her life?
Ooh, that's a hard one, Rosie. Oh my goodness. I think that every woman should try that chic style. You know, that Sex in the City, chic New York City woman. I think that all women, not every single woman, we do have our sportier women, but even the sportier women love that girly, sexy day when they're thrown on their black dress and their pumps and their red lips. You know what I mean? So I think that that chic feminine look is a look that every woman can pull off.
Okay, well, I can't wait to dive into these segments. The one coming up is styling your image. So we will not let you go just yet. So more style access after the break. Well, we are back. As I teed up before, this segment is all about styling your image. And so my first question is, why is self-image important?
Wow. I think that self-image is super important because, you know, the way you dress, the way you carry yourself, you know, with your image from head to toe, your hair, makeup, whether you choose to have makeup or not, you know, whatever, your accessories, your handbags, the shoes you wear, it's all telling us a story about you. So when people look at you, your image speaks for you before you open your mouth. So you want to make sure you're in control of what it's saying and the story that it's telling. Whether it needs to link back to, something that you might be wanting to be involved in, or business related, or family related, or relationship related. Your image is really such a powerful tool to use to tell your story and share with the world who you are.
Mhm. And so is it mandatory? Would you say, I know that you're in that business, but it's just like, okay, you are a blogger or you are going into, an actress or something. And you're just, you like just like Rosie, and I just started being a video coach or whatever. So would you say that that's mandatory to establish a self-image?
I think so. And your image can evolve, right? You know, like our hairstyles will change and switch up and evolve. But I think that it is mandatory because your image is going to speak for you. So it's either you're in control of what it's saying or you're not. But when people look at you, they're already putting you in some type of box, you know, of who they think you are and what you're about. If you see somebody who's very flawless from head to toe, you're thinking style is very important to them instantly when you see them. You know, you're thinking she's a high-end woman, she loves high-end things, she wants to eat. You know, it's already telling a story. So image is extremely important. I know in some cases, we think about job interviews and we can show up with one type of interview and they are not even taking us, one type of look, and they're not even taking us seriously in the interview. Whereas a certain image says, this person means business. They came here looking professional. They mean it. They want to, they want me to really take them seriously. They really want to go for this job versus you just came in here in jeans and a tee. Like, obviously, you know what I mean? So if we think on that scale, it's already talking for us. But be in control of what it's saying and make sure that it's telling the story that you want people to receive about you.
Yeah. And I guess my follow-up question is, I guess that's what you help them with. So can we just walk through that? So say someone doesn't have a style, and they have come into an occupation that they need. So do you pull it out of them? Like you said in the frequently asked questions, like you should just try the chic look, or what do you start with when they are like, have no clue?
I like to go back to who they are because I think that, it's so interesting, like whether it's dressy clothes or like cocktail attire or going to a wedding or just work, going outside to hang out at a picnic, in every thing that we're going to do in our lives, there is a way to tell our style story within that, And so I think that I like to go back to who they are. And so I like to go back to the theme. That's why I base whether I'm dealing with their business or their home or their style, I like to go back to a theme of who they truly are. What do they feel the most comfortable in? What do they feel the most confident in? Because confidence is a big piece too. Sometimes people can think that they love sweats, but they don't feel confident in sweats. They don't hold their head up high in sweats. They're not speaking boldly when they're in sweats, but you put them in something cute and they feel cute and their moves are different and they're sashaying and their voice is different, And so sometimes I have those people that feel like style is not that important. I could care less. But when they have the experience, they're like, oh, I get what you're talking about over here. This is real,
Yeah. And do you find that they keep it throughout? Like, how some people you're on. So when you have an event or whatever you're on and you have that style, do you find that most people, once they work with the image consultant, that they keep it throughout their downtime as well?
Yes, absolutely. I like to, when I work with people solely on their image, I like to break that down into the 3 different areas of their life. So depending on what they may do for business or for work, depending on what their normal activity is, like are they a mom running the kids to school all the time? What is their day-to-day life? Do they hit the gym a lot? Because then I'll help them create gym clothes that fall back into that theme of their personal style. So I really do like to kind of make it easy and effortless for them so that they can envision their style in every area of their life, no matter what they're doing. Regular Saturday going to brunch or 9:00 meeting, they know how they're supposed to look.
Okay. That's good. And that makes it easy too, because it's just like follow this playbook that has been established for you. So
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
money well spent. So, so how does establishing your self-image and personal style influence other parts of your life?
I think it plays a huge part, again, because we're always telling that story. So depending on, what area of our life, whether we're going to meet the in-laws or possible in-laws, or we're going to a business networking event, if we're going to drop the kids off at daycare, or if we're going to, a play date, we are constantly telling the story. And so be in control of that story. I'm not always super done up from head to toe, but I'm always within the flow of what makes me feel cute and comfortable and I feel like represents me. And so I think that is the importance of your style. Just make sure it is representing you in a way that you want people to receive you, and telling the story, because they're going to think of it anyway, telling the story that you want them to have about yourself. Because, sometimes our image is so important. It can tell the story that is completely opposite of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You think of a woman who might really love revealing sassy clothes, but then that's not really, her personality perhaps, and vice versa. Guys that wear like the saggy pants, that's telling us a specific story. It's kind of already out there. So just being in control of that and making sure it's telling the story. And it also makes you feel confident.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So I definitely agree with you. And like you said, I know how to get myself together, but I don't feel, as I get older, I'm just like, sometimes I go out and I know I look homeless sometimes because I just don't feel like it. And people would think like, but that's just what I feel like. If I'm going to, I dress according to my mood, but I can jazz it up when I want to. But I just think that's a part of me. Like when I was younger, you wouldn't catch me without heels on, but as I get older, I used to get teased. I remember in college, they were like, we're going to the bowling alley and you got on heels. I'm like, Absolutely. But I just find as I get older, I'm just kind of getting stuck in my ways and I'm like, oh, sweats, let's just go. But I look
Yeah.
forward to getting dressed up. So yeah.
Absolutely. And see, when you're wearing your sweats, you feel confident, you feel good, you still feel cute, and
Yeah.
that's really, there is no specific dress code that is the best dress code. It's just a dress code that makes you feel confident and represents you.
Yes, yes. And so I can't wait to dive into this next segment, styling your business, because like you said, it plays a role in other aspects of your life. So we will talk about that up next. More style access after the break. This segment is all about styling your business. So, how do you ensure that your image or style attracts and speaks to your target audience?
Again, just being true to who you are and incorporating that into the brand. I think that's why it's so important to do that. Because if you are, so for instance, if you are a health coach and of course, health can be sporty somewhat, you're hitting the gym, but you're very girly girl. And so you could do that through the colors that you choose for the clothing that you wear in the gym, how you do your ponytail coming out your hat, you know what I mean? How you throw in a lip because you in the gym don't mean you can't be cute, So it's like it flows and it continues to tell the story. So if you have that personality piece, but still showing and teaching how they work out in the gym, how they be healthy through their food, how they incorporate health, so you're basically bringing that personal style and what makes you feel good and confident into the brand and continuing to tell the story through your services and products.
Okay. Now, what is brand awareness?
So brand awareness is something we all need, right? It's really basically if you have done a great job at telling the story and catching their attention visually, and it backs up that, like the look of that makes sense with what you're telling me as far as your brand message, right? So we go back to the health coach. So the health coach should say, I'm all about helping women to look fabulous, live a fabulous life, have a healthy body, right? So she's very girly, she's very feminine, and she's told that story to us where she's attracted those clients that get it. They're attracted to how it visually looks. They're attracted to how it sounds and how she's describing who she helps and how she helps them. And so if you've done a good job with that, then your brand awareness will be doing the job for you as far as attracting and bringing in consistent clientele that get it. They know what you're here to do. They know how you're going to help them, and they know how they can hire you, how they can find you. So that's your brand awareness. If you're doing the job and everything's clear and concise, it makes it like just a door that flows.
Yeah. And I also like to also add you're repelling the people that is not your target audience.
That is so true. Absolutely. Which cuts down a lot of time, right? Because the majority of the people that's coming to you are your ideal client. And it's easier to get to that yes or no, are we going to work together, right? Because like you said, you're repelling everybody. If you ain't girly girl and you don't like my style and how I flow, I ain't for you,
Yes. Now diving into like the color palette, how do you pick that? Do you team up with somebody, or does your image consultant does it and goes throughout like your website and everything? And how do you do that for your personal style and your business?
So, I think that for me, I use, hot pink is one of the colors of my business and I have it on, right? So I like to incorporate my brand colors in other ways than just like my graphics and marketing. So it is present on my website, but not everywhere. It's on my marketing materials. And sometimes I'll wear them even because my colors are true to me and they make me happy. And so they bring me that positive, bold vibe. But I think that again, it has to make sense because if I served men and I had hot pink and, yellow and teal, it really wouldn't make sense to them because it wouldn't be attracting the people whom I serve. So your color palette really needs to speak for you, but it also needs to attract who you serve. So we have to be mindful of that. What are the types of services that I have? And does this visually add up? Does this visually tell the same story? Because I've found many times that a lot of entrepreneurs or small businesses may not be really getting the revenue they want or the clientele flowing in because the story's off. It's like things aren't telling the same story. And so that really harms us more than helps us because it doesn't build that know, like, and trust factor. And that's what we need for people to say yes and get their credit cards out.
Yeah. And just to stay here for a moment about the color palette. So who helps you with that? Because I know when I was doing mine, my actual website person helped me with my color palette.
A
Could
lot
it
of
be a mix of image consultant and, a website?
a branding consultant. So I do, I do it both, all three, thank God. So I can kind of do the whole lifestyle brand piece. But
Okay.
yes, a lot of times people do get their color palette from a web designer. And sometimes people will use a branding consultant like me first and then go to their web designer telling them what their color palette is.
Got it. Got it. Now, what does the full picture look like?
Of having a well put together brand.
Correct. Sorry. Yes.
Okay. I think it's when you are your image and how you carry yourself, how you speak even, aligns with the voice and the messaging of your brand and the visual look of your brand, and your marketing materials align with that. And the clients are drawing in, they're getting it, because you're drawing in those ideal clients that do need what you have and love what you have. And so I think that's when there's a full consistent picture. The website makes sense and it says the same thing, because sometimes you can go to people's website and it's saying one thing and their social media is saying another thing, and then their emails. So just that consistency all the way around, and it looks professional. It's all telling the same story and attracting the same person.
And if it's not, how do you know what to tweak?
Again, the easiest way that I've learned to teach it is the theme, by going for the theme and really looking across the whole brand, the website, the social media, platforms, your marketing materials, your emails that you send out, how you look when you show up. Is it all telling the same story? Is it all attracting the same person? And is it serving the same person and serving the same person in the same way? So if not, you want to tweak those things and get that thing fully aligned.
Okay. Thank you so much for that, Sharice. So the next segment would be styling your home. So I can't wait to dive into that, because for me, my home is everything to me. If that's straight, that just makes everything else fall in line. So I can't wait to discuss that up next. More Style Access after the break. We are back and we're talking styling your home. So, Sharice, how can my personal style also reflect into the design style of my home?
Bringing your style, your personal style to your home is so important. Because I think, again, if we go back to that theme, Rosie, we get to cheat when we have the theme, because we just flow that theme on through, So again, just like whether you are, boho chic, and you just have those boho pieces that really represent, whether you are girly girl again and you want those fluffy plush cushions and pillows with the fluffy fur rugs, and more of that classic glass kind of furniture, but everything again tells a story. So if we choose that theme, if we've already got it down with our image, we already have it down with our business and it's flowing, then we just bring that theme right into our home. And there are, Pinterest is a really good tool too. So once you have your theme, you know the types of things to look for on Pinterest, and that's a great way to style the home. And just kind of again go into that. Okay, I'm girly girl. What are girly girl furniture? What does girly girl furniture look like? What would a house look like for a woman who is more feminine and chic? And just kind of bringing those pieces in. Your lamps. We have more boho looking lamps, and then you have more chic looking lamps. So just bringing in that theme so that your home reflects who you are, and you're just in that vibe of just happy and fulfilled all the way throughout your life.
Yeah. So is it important to have an environment that matches your personal style at home?
I think so. I think it's important to have your personal style be a part of your home than your brand, because we know we might be serving someone doesn't really fit into our personal style, but we have to kind of create the business to look like that because of who we serve and how we serve them. But definitely your personal style should be a part of your home, because again, you're telling a story. So when people come and visit and they come to the dinner parties and you got Thanksgiving at your house, everything is speaking for you. You know what I mean? I remember that I used to have little pieces in my house that my mom and my grandmother gave me. Shh, don't tell them. But they were feeling real old. Do you know what I'm saying? And I felt 80s. Like it just, anytime I would walk past it, Rosie, I'm walking past, I'm like, oh God, that thing. You know what I mean? So just as something could be in your home that doesn't reflect you and it makes you feel like, ooh, every time you walk past it, when you fill it with things that do speak for you and that make you happy and giddy, I'm telling you, I could walk through my house some days and I'm like, yes, girl. Like, ooh, just kind of, I have an upset moment and then I just come into my sitting room, because my sitting room, I feel like is fully done. We all have those rooms that are like done. I did everything right in this room. And it just brings my spirit back up, my energy back up, puts me back in that who I am mode, So it's very important. It really is.
Yeah. And it's funny that you would say that, because I just like, if it's a piece that I definitely want to keep from, a relative, I try to remake it into my own. There's so many people out there now that can, change the color or the texture, or even hand paint things. So I always try to think of that, because I definitely want to keep it. So yeah, I get it. So what's next for you?
Wow. Well, I am right now locally in Richmond, Virginia. I'm doing segments where I am sharing my lifestyle brand by helping small businesses. So I have little mini videos and interviews that I'm going to be doing with them, where I'll be going, and whether it's a furniture store, I'll be speaking about styling your home and sharing about their products and stuff, or whether it's a restaurant and it's about styling your life, a cute spot to have drinks, so I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be taking the lifestyle styling your home TV show on the move a little bit around Richmond. So I'm excited about that.
Wow, you run the gamut, seriously, with the business, the lifestyle, and the personal. You would never be out of work. So yeah. How can our community stay in touch with you?
Please visit me at CheriseStyles.life, and you can also come share my world and let me share your world on Instagram at Cherise Styles, and on Facebook at Cherise Styles. So there I'm sharing about all aspects of the brand, and I love to incorporate my community and get feedback and tell you guys where I'm finding great goodies, great sales. Sometimes people offer me discounts that I can share with the ladies. So please come and join me.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for being on Style Access. This has been great.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure, and I'm excited about continuing to watch Style Access in all your shows.
Wonderful. So thank you so much, everyone. This has been a great episode. We ask that you tag and hashtag us at IG at Style Access Show and Faulkner_Rosie, and include our amazing guest at Cherise Styles on IG to share how you style your life. So we definitely want to engage with you there. So please tag us and also follow us while you are there. Also follow me on Facebook at Rosie Faulkner. And again, if you're not subscribed to our channel, make sure that you subscribe, click that thumbs up button and turn on the notifications. And also we want you to comment your biggest takeaway, you guys. We gave some gems, or Sharice dropped some gems, and we definitely want you to comment what was your biggest takeaway and also why you follow this channel. And the last thing, if you found this episode helpful, please share it with one person. Sharing is caring. And I know you know someone that could benefit from their personal style, their home, or their business. So definitely do that. And that is all, you guys. So we will see you next time on Style Access. Have a good one.